Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, TyGamer here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. As you can see, we are back on the couch setup, and it has been such a long time since we've seen this sofa, this leather sofa of goodness, and I've moved some things around. We've got some new statues, new posters, things of that nature. But before we get into any of that, I would like to congratulate It Takes Two on taking home this year's Game of the Year award. Congratulations to you guys. On the topic of great games in general, many of them have come out this year. Everything from Hitman 3 to Metroid Dread, even my second place choice for this video, and my second place choice for Game of the Year, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. But instead of choosing any of those games, there was one that just specifically stuck out to me. It came out early on in 2021. That game is Resident Evil Village. And I'm here to explain why exactly I chose Resident Evil Village to be my personal game of the year. So without further ado, please sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and enjoy the video. It was hard to figure out where I should even start with this game. The opening 10 minutes alone are enough to blow anyone's mind, let alone the fact that there's a 9-foot-tall vampire lady that both my girlfriend and I call mommy. But that's not exactly what I'm here to talk about today. Hell, when this game released, I ended up beating it in a couple of days. I was so invested in the characters, the winding narrative, and all those sweet, sweet firearms that nothing else came near my PS5 until it was complete. And it's hard not to love Resident Evil Village's beautiful yet terrifying scenery. I found myself wanting to explore virtually everything around me while also wanting to run away from everything that moved in the process. You've got trees, and then you have a vampire lady as tall as trees. Nothing wrong there. Yeah, nothing wrong whatsoever until it's dark, you only have one bullet left in your gun, and every single noise around you shakes you to your very core. Yeah, I could see that being a little scary. What was I saying? Oh, right. The world of Resident Evil Village is unparalleled to many other Resident Evil titles in the franchise, but it manages to keep the environments around you interesting by not only making many locations immediately accessible, but also by connecting literally everything together Dark Souls style. You will find many locked doors and other inaccessible pathways and entrances along your journey, but all of them tie directly into the village itself and become accessible later on. And with all of these pathways full of twists and turns, treasures, ammo, and many other interesting items, lie in waiting for your keen eye to discover them. Especially the goats. Always find the goats. But so many interesting and amazing goodies can't all be carried at once. Some items need to be combined to make even better items where others have to be discarded. This can seem stressful if you haven't played anything in the Resident Evil universe prior to Village, but one thing to note right away is that inventory management is the key to your survival. If it's too big, leave it alone until you have a use for it, or simply don't even touch it at all, because in the heat of the moment, having some healing supplies will do you much better than that sniper rifle over there. But if you're stubborn like I was and simply can't leave anything behind, our good friend the Duke is here to help. Not only is he a mysterious and overly sarcastic asshole, but he just so happens to be the village's merchant. You can buy anything from ammunition to healing supplies, even ranging to weapons, upgrades, and much more. You can even sell the Duke treasures you find along the way or kill animals to create special meals that allow Ethan to gain a boost in things like health or reduce damage. Or, here's an idea, you could, I don't know, let the bunnies live, you monsters? The Duke seems like a side character, but players will shortly realize that his presence is very important to the game's narrative, and he becomes something of a guide to Ethan on his journey to recover his daughter throughout the game. He's not the only star of the show, however. I definitely don't have to introduce Lady D to you all, because she was practically the marketing material that helped make Resi Village garner the hype it did. Also, standing at a whopping 9 foot and 6 inches tall, Lady D is hard to miss and even scarier to encounter, not to mention her psycho daughters, who could probably form the Hex Girls if they were more accommodating of their guests. Or played instruments. Like, hi girls. Also, there's Lady D's trenchcoat donning brother Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
No, not that Heisenberg. This one.
Oh, you're not local. Even better.
You could say that's pretty metal. I'll let myself out. Players will also be unlucky enough to encounter Donna, a less than lovable woman who possesses a creepy-ass doll that's not only genuinely terrified me and shaken me to my very core, but also managed to make a huge slice of her screen time just like a frickin' Saw movie. It's also one of the most terrifying experiences I've ever had in a horror game before. I will never babysit a child again. To be fair, okay? A 6-foot-tall sentient fetus is the last thing anyone wants chasing them down any number of winding hallways, let alone in the dark and a hard-to-navigate environment at that. But the real star of the show in this neighborhood... It's literally just one house in the middle of a creepy-ass forest, dude. What do you mean? Block parties must suck here. Okay, my bad. The real star of the estate is Donna's horrifying porcelain doll that forces you to play hide and seek with her while she's hiding among, you guessed it, scary-ass dolls. I would hate to be the real estate agent trying to sell this nightmare of a home. Who the hell would buy this place? Says here that nobody's ever died here, no monsters live here, and certainly no vampire ladies who exceed the height of at least 6'1". That would be fucking weird. Let's take a look inside, shall we?
Everything would be better if Rose wasn't born.
Fucking monster.
Right. We're gonna look at a couple other houses, consider our options, you know, I don't know if this one's a good fit for you guys. Now, all of that is good and grand, but even though I've missed a few characters, I don't want to ruin the game for anyone who's yet to play it. There's a lot to see and explore in Resident Evil Village, even though it's a relatively linear experience. And how you upgrade Ethan makes the game, weapons, and world cater to you as a player that much more. There are many games that try to achieve the feeling and atmosphere that Village does, but don't quite get it as perfect, in my opinion. Resident Evil Village keeps the all too familiar yet refreshingly horrifying Resident Evil style while placing the player in a forced first-person perspective. And because of this, I feel that it allows more of a personal connection with Village's story. Seeing through the eyes of Ethan Winters is a phenomenal and horrifying experience. And for actions and horror fans around the globe, this title is something you don't want to miss. Whether it's setting fire to demons, or wandering around scary hallways full of vampire ladies.
Where are you going, little one?
Resident Evil Village has it all, and that's why it's my personal game of the year this year. Many games came close, but in my personal opinion, Village just happened to do everything a little better. I absolutely love this game, and hey, if you still haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it to you. Especially if you're a huge Resident Evil fan, or want to see what the series is all about. Either way, I've got lots of new content rolling out soon, we hope, so I'll leave it here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and please let me know your personal Game of the Year picks down in the comments below. Until next time, I've been your host, TyGamer, and you've all been a wonderful audience, and I'll see you in the next one. Merry Christmas, everybody!